Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things. I hope you guys are having a great day today. It is a beautiful Friday. Thank God it's Friday, folks. It's December 6th, not too far away from the holiday season and the Christmas season, folks, and I hope you had an incredible day. We are here Monday through Friday, Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things, 12 o'clock noon for your lunchtime fun. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com, and give us a call at 847-769-8609. To book a show, every show is dedicated to the first responders, but mostly it's dedicated to people like you who take the time and watch the show on all 5 of our social media platform outlets. Now, folks, we are excited today because we've had so many different people on this show, whether they're politicians, celebrity actors, but this is like the second or third time I'm having British invasion royalty on Ocean's Pit. And we have the great Billy J. Kramer, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable. Top hits, folks. Bad to Me, Little Children, Do You Want to Know a Secret? I'll Keep You Satisfied, From a Window. Great songs, ladies and gentlemen. And he's got a brand new CD out there, ladies and gentlemen, called Are You With Me? With an incredible video that goes along with it, folks. Also a brand new holiday song called Christmas Kind of Feeling. And I'm just so excited to have him. In a couple minutes, he'll be on here live at Ocean's Pit. But before we do that, it's showtime. Let's thank you very much, my good friend Dino Manzella. Welcome to Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, Monday through Friday at noon. Let's get right to our sponsors, folks. Got to support the sponsors. Buy local, shop local. How about our good friends from Ace Hardware? Ace is the place. Norridge, Des Plaines, Evergreen Park, Warrenville, Mesa, Arizona. They have U-Haul rentals at all their locations are here for your moving needs, personal, business, small loads. They have you covered. Take advantage of the Auto Key program at all their stores. They program car cup keys up to 50% less than the dealership. Visit the Help Hub to speak to a certified member. Also, Ace Hardware has 30% off all indoor and outdoor holiday decor. So make sure you check them out, our good friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods, guys. And like I said, coming on very shortly is the legendary British invasion royalty, Billy J. Kramer, which is going to be here in Chicago, folks. That's right, in the suburbs of St. Charles. He'll be at the Moonlight Theater in St. Charles, of course, on December 22nd. That's a 3 o'clock show. That's 7 South 2nd Avenue in St. Charles, performing all his hits, plus his new holiday song called Christmas Kind of Feeling. And, of course, he's also going to be doing stuff off the Are We Live Are You With Me CD, which I'm excited about. It's a great CD if you ever get a chance to listen to it. The video is fantastic. And the history of this gentleman who's going to be joining us very shortly. But before we bring him on, let's get to Mary Grievous, folks. Mary Grievous for all your real estate needs. Perfect real estate professional, whether you're putting your home on the market or booking your home dream home. Give her a call at 630-688-1725 or go to mgrievous@starkre.com. She'll be able to assist buyers, sellers, for sale by owners, and expired listings. That's my good friend Mary Grievous from Berkshire Hathaway Real Estate. Now, when you're talking about Berkshire Hathaway and real estate, you also got to talk about Mary and, of course, the great Chicago Music Cruise. Chicago Music Cruise 2025. It's going to happen March 22nd to March 30th, 2025. We'll be on the Royal Caribbean Cruise Line, the Oasis of the Seas. It's going to be 8 days, spring break, everybody. We're excited. We're going to go to Fort Lauderdale, Carousel, Aruba, and Coco Key, Bahamas. It's going to be fantastic. We got Mojo's Jukebox, of course, my new rock band. We also have Tony Ocean and the whole main event band. The Jersey Girls, all 3 of them will be there. How about Hillbilly Rock Stars, the #1 country band in the city of Chicago? And the ringleaders themselves, nobody does it better than Seventh Heaven. So all of us will be on this cruise ship. So here's what you got to do. You got to go to ChicagoMusicCruise.com. put in Tony Ocean, or give Mary a call at 630-688-1725 and tell them that, hey, I want to go on the Ocean with Ocean. That is the Chicago Music Cruise 2025, March 22nd to March 30th. This is going to be 8 days. Now, the one we did in January, folks, it was only 6 days. This is 8 days, 2 extra days, and we're excited. We're going to have a lot of fun with that. All right, so it is. I just want to thank everybody who showed up last night to Zaza's in Lake Barrington. I want to thank Massimo and the staff. They do an incredible job there, folks. I've been doing the first Thursday of every month there for almost 9-10 years. So it's just a great time, and they do a great job up in the Lake Barrington area. Great food, great place to be, and that is Zaza's. And I need to thank my good friend, Mr. Daryl Armenstad, too. Daryl, guitar, keyboards, he does it all. And thank you, Daryl, for last night. Now, tonight, folks, will be at Chicago Prime Steakhouse in Schaumburg. That's at 8 o'clock, kid. I'll be with Double T Tony Toto. That's tonight. Now, Saturday, folks, we got a real big one. A big show we can get, folks. We're very honored to do stuff we do for Mega Events. It's a big production company out of Champaign, Illinois. And every year they do something called Shop with a Cop. And all the money that we donate and all the money they raise goes to all police officers. And it's a fantastic ordeal. Big Mike does this thing every year. We're proud to be part of it again for the 4th year in a row. Not only is it going to be Ocean's Rat Pack, folks, which is going to be kicking off the show and opening the show, but we got the great Candace Owens. Candace Owens will be a speaker at the Shop of the Cop this Saturday in Champaign. So it's going to be fantastic for that. So I'm excited. It's going to be very cool. Sunday will also be at the Royal Melbourne Country Club with Daryl Armenstad. That is also in Barrington. So again, all right. So a couple other things real fast. Of course, we lost Chicago legend, former Chicago White Sox, Bill Melton. And of course, he was also went to the Philadelphia Phillies. We got to work with Bill Melton when we were in Arizona. I got to meet Bill. We talked a little bit to him about his baseball career and stuff. So the great Bill Melton has passed away of Chicago White Sox fame. Also, our prayers go out to another British Invasion band member, the great Badfinger, Joey Mallon. We heard from Terry Sylvester, who was with used to be with the Hollies, or might still be with the Hollies. I'm not sure, but he put something on his X page that Joey Mallon is in intensive care. So our prayers go out to Joey Mallon, and of course, what a great singer songwriter, and just because he was supposed to be coming to town in January, so I guess he might be coming back in April. But I'm just hoping everything is okay. So our prayers go out to that. I want to thank my good buddy also, Albert, from the Ron Onesti organization. Thank you, Albert, for hooking this up and hooking me up with Rose, who is Billy J. Kramer's partner. And we got to talking about a month ago, try to get Billy on the show. And, he's a busy guy. So when the time was right, and he's going to be in Chicago, he's going to be at the Moonlight Theater December 22nd. In St. Charles at the 3 o'clock show. They're going to have a meet and greet afterwards, folks. They're also going to take every VIP ticket that's purchased and put it in a raffle. You're going to get a chance to get a basket with a Billy J. Kramer photo, a CD, a book. His book, of course, called Do You Want to Know a Secret? So that's going to be part of the VIP package and the meet and greet. So it's going to be great. And by the end of this hour, after our segment with Billy J. Kramer, we're going to be giving away 2 tickets to that show. And I'm actually going. Now, I was going to go with Laura, but Laura's working. So I'm bringing my buddy Albert, and we're going to go actually see the show at the Moonlight Theater on December 22nd. So without any further ado, this is a busy man. So we need to bring this busy man in. And we have British Invasion royalty in the house, Mr. Billy J. Kramer. Sir, how are you doing today?
I'm very good. How are you?
Oh, great. Even better today, sir. Even better today. Now, first of all, thank you for all the years of great music that you've bought. There's just one hit after another, all the songs you've done. And there's so many things I want to ask you. I know you got a brand new record, holiday CD called It's Kind of a Christmas Kind of Feeling, which is fantastic, which is out. Also, the CD that you put out, Are You With Me, with that great video that you came out with. Was it exciting making some new music?
It was great. I mean, I went back to Abbey Road for the first time in many, many years, and it was great. It was emotional to be in that room where first recorded, Do You Want to Know a Secret? And Bad to Me and Little Children. One you missed out was Trains, Boats and Planes. But it was a fantastic, they had a party for my birthday there, and I did a show there, and then I recorded the album. It was a great, wonderful occasion.
Well, you know what? It was a great video too. I know that the album or the CD, whatever you want to call it these days, was produced by Lawrence Juber. Wasn't he a member of the Paul McCartney and Wings? He was also a studio musician, correct?
Yeah, him and Jeff Perholtz, who was in the Newbies, produced it as well. Yeah. Jeff did the video in Liverpool. We were in Liverpool last August, and Jeff kindly put the video together, which I think it turned out great. It was one of those things, usually you plan these things and you get a script and whatever, but all we did was got a camera and just walk through the streets of Liverpool taking footage, and it just worked out great. It was just one of those days.
And it did, and it showed in the video. Usually you can look at videos, look like they're like you said, scripted, and then you just look like you were walking around and you were saying hi to people. It must have been a very interesting, weird feeling going back. When was the last time you were there?
That was a few months ago.
Okay, before that. Months ago. Has it changed a lot? Has Liverpool changed a lot?
It's changed tremendously. I mean, at one time it was just this seaport, and the restaurants are fantastic now. There's a lot of people from overseas come and visit. The tourist industry is doing great. It looks twice the size to me. That's the only way.
That's amazing. And Billy, now, if you think about everything that you've been through with all the great songs you have done, now you've played the UK, you played the United States. Is there a difference in the audience between audiences in the UK and audiences in the United States?
I think they're a little more reserved in England. Yes. I think they're more into it in America, but people are people wherever you go.
Yeah, but they weren't reserved in the '60s when you guys came out, and they were screaming all the time. That must have been very difficult when you did live shows. Did you guys hear what was going on?
But it was very difficult. But I was talking to a friend of mine recently, and he said, the thing is, we weren't in the audience. We missed a lot because we weren't in the audience.
Absolutely.
We missed a lot of the fun, but it was fun to do.
Just a great. We got the great Billy J. Kramer is on the show here at Ocean's Pit, folks. He'll be at the Moonlight Theater coming up December 22nd. That is downtown St. Charles at 7 South 2nd Avenue. That show is going to be at 3 o'clock. What kind of stuff are they going to be hearing, Billy, when they come to see you on the 22nd at the Moonlight Theater?
Obviously, I'll be doing all the hits. Do You Want to Know a Secret? Bad to Me. I'll Keep You Satisfied. From a Window. Little Children. I'll be doing that. And I'm going to be doing a few songs from the new album. Are You With Me is one of the songs I'll be doing. I Couldn't Have Done It Without You. My Sweet Rose.
Yes.
And that's what we're going to be.
Would you be doing Jealous Guy?
Yeah, I think so. That was one song that when I did the album at Abbey Road, John Lennon was always so good to me, and has a special place in my heart. It was John who thought of Billy J. I was just playing Billy Kramer, and John Lennon suggested, add the J, and
I heard that story, yeah.
So and also, when my 20th birthday, I was in a place called Bournemouth, and John Lennon was backstage with me, and he said, "I've written a song for you," and I said, "Will you play it?" And he says, "No, the next time you come to Abbey Road." And when I went to Abbey Road, I never thought it'd show up because Beatlemania was really big then. But he turned up and he sat at the piano and he played me the song "Bad to Me." And then he said, "I want to run a song by you, and please tell me what you think of it." And it was "I Want to Hold Your Hand." I said, "Can I have that one?" He says, "No, we're doing that one ourselves." But I have very fond memories of John, and that's why I did "Jealous Guy" live in the studio at Abbey Road.
Yeah, and you did an incredible job at it. You gave John, I'm sure, would have been proud on that. Speaking of the Beatles, of course, back in the British invasion, with all those great bands coming out, that feeling it must have been like. I mean, when you came to the United States, it took up. I mean, it just that will never happen again. Nothing like that will ever happen again. Do you have a favorite moment that when you came into the United States? What was it like for you the first time?
The first time I came actually with Brian Epstein on a promotional tour, and we landed, and we walked out to the airport. And we went for the car, and he says, "What do you think? What do you think of the place?" I said, "I think we should get on the next plane back." It was overwhelming, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, it was.
Going from a small place like Liverpool to land in the middle of New York. It was a big event, you know.
Well, it was interesting, though, the relationship you had with Brian Epstein. Of course, he managed you guys as well, as long as the Beatles, and of course, with the great songs. How do they come up? The John Lennon, Paul McCartney writes these songs, and they said, "Let's give some to Billy." Is this how it worked? Is that how you got Bad to Me? And Do You Want to Know a Secret? And From a Window, et cetera, et cetera?
I think it was because I'd worked with the Beatles before they were popular. I was on tour with them, doing a lot of shows. And also, I was managed by Brian Epstein, you know. And funny enough, that the last time I saw Paul McCartney, you know, he turned around and he said to his wife, "John and I used to sit there and go, you know, I think Billy needs a new song." And we sit there and write one for him, you know.
I mean, that's good to have something like that. And it was produced also by George Martin. What was George Martin like as a producer?
George Martin was a very nice man, you know. A bit overwhelming, you know. I was this kid from Liverpool, and George Martin came across to me like the Duke of Edinburgh. You know, he was very refined, very well spoken, and you know, it's amazing because I always felt that George Martin, when I got the songs from the Beatles, they were very, you know, basic. George Martin embellished them. You know, he would sit in the studio with the musicians and routine them, and he did a fantastic job.
Well, after you finished recording the songs, did the Beatles, did John or Paul ever come up to you and said, "Hey, man, you did a good version with this"? Or did they ever give you any? They did.
Absolutely, yeah.
Do you have a favorite song that you do live, Billy, when you do perform?
Well, you know, I mean, let's face it. You know, I like them all, you know, but Bad to Me has got to be the one because of, you know, my whole association with the Beatles and John Lennon and the way it was presented to me. That's always going to be like a big thing in my memories, you know.
And it is, absolutely. It comes out also when you do these great songs, and there's so many of them, folks. Little Children, Bad to Me, Do You Want to Know a Secret? Of course, George Harrison, also the Beatles recorded that with George singing it as well. From a Window is one of my favorites. I just love that song. It's fantastic. But of course, working with Abbey Road and the Beatles, you also had your 60th anniversary on Ed Sullivan. Billy, what was it like when he got a really big show, and here comes Ed Sullivan? What was it like?
Well, you know, let's face it, it's a bit scary to think of 70 million people looking at you. You know, it's amazing. The thing is, you know, even Paul McCartney remarks about it. You know, it felt like you were singing to a big audience, you know, in the Ed Sullivan Theatre. But when you look at it, it was only a small theatre, but it had tremendous atmosphere, you know. And I guess, you know, I got myself in the right place in my head, you know, when I did that Sullivan show, because, you know, I'd done some big shows in England and found them to be a bit, you know, get you edgy and that. And I said to myself before Ed Sullivan, I'm not going to let that get to me. I'm not going to think about the 70 million people. I'm just going to do it. You know?
So how many times were you guys on the Ed Sullivan show?
I was on the Ed Sullivan twice.
Twice. Okay.
Twice,
cool. Billy, where did the name Dakotas come from?
You know, I have no idea because the Dakotas were a band already established when I joined them. You know, what happened was I had a band of local friends, and when I decided to take it up as a career, they didn't want to go along. And Brian Epstein had used the Dakotas on a lot of backing gigs. You know, they used to back the artists when they came to the north of England. So he said to me one day, I met with him, and he said, "Go have a rehearsal at the Cavern." And that's what I did. And we decided to get together, and that's how it came about.
Back in the day when all those great bands that were starting, Jerry and the Pacemaker, Freddie and the Dreamers, of course, the Beatles and all that, was there camaraderie between all of you? Dave Clark 5, was there something, or did you all get along?
Oh, absolutely. There was definitely a camaraderie, definitely. And it's strange because people ask me about, how Brian Epstein was, and if because Brian managed Jerry, he managed Cilla Black, he managed a guy called Tommy Quigley, and if any of us had a hit record out, he'd get all the other artists to send them a telegram congratulating them, which I thought was a really nice touch.
Billy, would you think, and then this is going to the Beatles story real fast, do you think if Brian Epstein never passed away, say he never passed away, do you think the Beatles would have stayed together?
That is a hard question to answer. I don't think so, quite honestly, because I mean, they were young boys and they grew up and they had families, they had different ideas. I think, obviously, you've got like John didn't want to tour, Paul loves to tour. George Harrison's got into his own songwriting. Yeah. Ringo got into movies. So I think they would have done things together on occasions.
On occasion.
I don't think they would have been together all the time, no.
Brian Epstein was a big influence for you. Was it true that you had part of trying to get Brian Epstein into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Yes, I felt that, Brian had been kind of not overlooked for a long time. And I wrote a song called Liverpool with Love, which I'm told played a big part in getting him into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it's great. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Billy J. Kramer, ladies and gentlemen, British Invasion royalty, as I say, with the great songs that he's done. He's got a brand new record, of course, called Are You With Me? But his new holiday song, Christmas Kind of Feeling. He's going to be performing at the Moonlight Theater on December 22nd in St. Charles. I'm a little nervous. I don't get this nervous before, but I am. How about your book, Do You Want to Know a Secret? Billy, did you always want to write one? How did that come about?
It came about. Sylvester Stallone's brother said to me one day, you ever thought of writing your autobiography, Billy? And I said, no. I said, I wouldn't know where to start, And he said, well, I'll introduce you to this guy, Alan Shipton. He's written a lot of books on jazz people, and he wrote the Harry Nilsson autobiography. So he put me in touch with this guy, Alan Shipton, and Alan came across to America, and I just had some rough notes, and we worked on it. And then when I was on a tour, here it says, do you want to know a secret? I was on a tour in the UK, and Alan came on the tour with me, and we worked on it together. I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't like to do it again. It takes a lot, a lot.
To try to get everything into it. Well, the book is out, folks. It is available on Amazon.com by Billy J. Kramer. It is called Do You Want to Know a Secret? Tell us about some of these songs. I couldn't have done it without you. Where did that come from?
That came from Mark Hudson, who wrote Living on the Edge for Aerosmith.
And he was part of the Hudson Brothers, a great band in the 70s, if you remember the Hudson Brothers. Yes, correct.
Yeah. And he, funny enough, I'd spoken to Mark some time before, and we talked about a song, and then I'd planned all the songs for the album, and he called me up about a week before, and he said, we were talking about a song, Billy. Well, I've done it. I said, well, send it to me. And he sent it to me, and I thought, I've got to do it. I thought it was a great song.
It's a great song. Tell me a little bit about My Sweet Rose.
My Sweet Rose was written by Jeff Fairholtz. That was for My Sweet Rose, my partner.
Yes, and that's what I was going to ask too. I never met the lady. What a sweetheart. And again, she really loves what you do, and it's important what you guys are doing together, playing and making this music. And you did write some songs. Tell me about where Peace of Mind came from.
Peace of Mind, funny enough, was I was about to go on a tour of England, and I was sat at home, and I just sat there one day, and it just came to me. I just felt like I was in a really good place. Things were going well. I had this nice tour. I had a good album going, and it just came, Peace of Mind.
And Billy, what's next after Chicago? What's the next? What's on the bucket list for Billy J. Kramer?
Well, I'm hoping to do more shows of that kind, and I'm going on a cruise in March.
I was supposed to be on that cruise, but I have my own I'm doing on that one in the Royal Caribbean. But my friend Nick, an incredible entertainer, he'll be on that cruise, the Flower Power. Why don't you tell us about that cruise?
The Flower Power cruise, I've done it a couple of years ago. It's a fantastic cruise with a lot of artists on it. It's great. I had a ball last time. Really looking forward to it this time.
Yeah, you got some great. I think Joey Mullen was supposed to be on that cruise, if I'm correct, from what I heard a couple of weeks ago, but I'm not sure. And I heard Terry Sylvester from the Hollies just put something up saying that Joey Mullen was in intensive care right now. So I don't know what his health is going to be like. But what are you listening to these days, Billy? What do you listen to? Do you listen to your own music? Do you like anything new? Because I don't know what anything out there is.
I listen to a lot of different stuff. I like country music. I like rock and roll music. There's a lot of stuff I like.
What was your favorite group when you were with touring? What was your favorite group that you listened to or that you loved besides the Beatles? Obviously, everybody loved the Beatles, but was there another band that you really liked and you hung out with?
Well, I thought the Searchers made some great records.
Yes, they did.
I think the Hollies made some great records. There's the Kinks.
Yeah,
were a great band. Great guys. A lot of them.
Well, there was some great music there. I know you're a busy man, and we're going to give you one more question here. Folks, don't forget, Billy J. Kramer will be at the Moonlight Theater in St. Charles, Sunday, December 22nd. And by the end of the hour, folks, after Billy's segment, we're going to give away 2 tickets for that show, folks. And if you buy the VIP seats, they're going to be put into a raffle, and you're going to get a basket with a picture, a CD, a book. There will be a meet and greet after the show, so I hope you guys get down there at the Moonlight Theater. That's Sunday, December 22nd, Billy J. Kramer at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Billy, December 8th, 1980. First, where were you when you heard the news about the assassination of John Lennon?
I was getting ready to go to London. I was having breakfast. At the time, I lived in a place called Rugby in Warwickshire in England, and I was just having coffee when it came on the news. And people asked me about that day, and, I went to London, and it felt like the traffic stopped. That's how it felt.
It was horrible. I mean, I remember, I was still young, but I remember my principal's school teacher calling me in and giving me the next day off because they knew how much everybody loved John Lennon. Also, another question I was going to ask you, March 20th, when you heard about the pandemic that's going around the country, what did you think about? You can't play anymore. You can't work, can't go out anywhere. What was your first thoughts when that came about?
Like everybody else, I didn't know what to think. I did do some shows online. It was very strange to be in a club with the band and playing songs and then taking a bow afterwards and no applause. And it was very strange. It was a rough time for everybody, let's face it.
It really was. And I'm glad. Billy, do you see the audiences coming back now at your shows? Do you see more people into it now?
I think people are getting out there more now. I think it did affect a lot. I think a lot of places unfortunately closed, but hopefully some new ones will come about. I hope so.
I hope so. It is. If you can describe one word before you go, the British invasion, to people who maybe you were through it all.
I think the British invasion, because of the Beatles and opening America up for a lot of British artists, I think is the most significant chapter in the history of rock and roll.
I mean, you just summed it up, and you can't say more than that. You're absolutely right, ladies and gentlemen. Billy J. Kramer. Don't forget his new song, Christmas Kind of Feeling, and Are You With Me are available, folks. Spotify, all that stuff. You make sure you go look at all his other background hits, like Bad to Me, Little Children, Do You Want to Know a Secret? I'll Keep You Satisfied, From a Window. Great songs, ladies and gentlemen. He'll be at the Moonlight Theater in St. Charles, December 22nd. That's a 3 o'clock show. And don't forget, get the VIP tickets, folks, because you get put in the raffles. You can get a CD, a book, a photograph, and there is a meet and greet. Billy, again, thank you for your time, and thank you for with the great music, sir.
Thank you very much. But if people want to get in touch with me,
yes,
buy a CD, that you should go to billyjkramermusic.com. It's been a pleasure talking to you today. I'm also going to have I've had some CDs made up of the Christmas song, which we're going to sell them all off and give it to charity for Christmas.
So that's going to be, you got to get down there, folks, to Moonlight Theater on the 22nd of December, downtown St. Charles. That's a 3 o'clock hit. Billy J. Kramer. Thank you so much, sir. God bless you. And like John would say, peace. Absolutely. God bless you.
God bless you. Have a wonderful Christmas and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Billy J. Kramer, everybody, here on Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things. I was nervous there, folks, as you can tell. I'm on 5 days a week, and I get different people on, but when you get British Invasion royalty like Billy J. Kramer, it's wow. It is so cool. It was the coolest feeling in the world. Anyway, we got so much to talk about today and a lot of stuff you guys keep sending me in, all this good stuff. Let's get to our another sponsor, Airtight Windows. If you're looking for windows and you want it done right, do it right with Airtight. For honesty, quality, dependability, do it right with Airtight. Servicing the Chicagoland area for 35 years. Do it right with Airtight Windows. Call my buddy Louis Pipes. He will take care of you for all your window needs. And guys, let's not also forget our good friends from Jack Vayner Landscaping, because we have to always support the local establishments, and that's what it's all about. Jack Vayner Landscaping, they offer monthly maintenance programs, bush trimming, spring and fall cleanup, bed mulching, fertilizing, weed control. They offer plant design service and installation. Fall gutter cleanup. They've been servicing the North Shore for 44 years. Call our good friend Tommy at 847-432-5266. That's Jack Vayner Landscaping. You know, we were talking about the British Invasion and the Beatles. You know, I'm a diehard Beatle fan. If anybody ever asked, and I mentioned this many times, John Lennon was my favorite. Ringo was my third, then George, and of course, Paul McCartney was last for me. And the British Invasion music that I still listen to every day. Like I said, if you never got a chance to some of you people, if you haven't listened to British Invasion music, you need to, because there's more to the British Invasion than just the Beatles. Okay, the Beatles got them there, but you have to listen to Billy J. Kramer and the Dakoters, Jerry and the Pacemakers, Freddie and the Dreamers, the Hollies, the Kinks. There's so many great bands back there. Of course, the Rolling Stones, and to come out and it's just great stuff. Chad and Jeremy, Peter and Gordon. It's just good stuff. So make sure you go listen to some of that music. Hermits. Of course, remember we had Carl Green on from the Hermits. So I think it's very important that we keep supporting all types of music, and that's what it's all about. Busy stuff coming up as we're talking about more shows coming up on the 17th of December. We're going to do a special Christmas show, folks, a holiday show on the 17th. Now, that's going to be in Nick Sahaj's, the Piano Man studio. Me and Nick just going to be kicking back and doing some great holiday songs, and we're inviting some people. We're going to have some special guests show up, so that'll be live on Facebook on the 17th. On the 18th, during the day, it's Ocean's Bill Saratella and yours truly, a tribute to Frank and Dean Christmas show at the Speakeasy in St. Charles. That's a 12 o'clock in the afternoon show in downtown St. Charles. And then that night on the 18th, we will be of course, at Positano's in Oak Brook. That's going to be a Wednesday night show, not a Thursday night, a Wednesday night on the 18th with Jerry Jams and Lisa P. There's Jerry Jams watching. On the 19th, we'll be at Venuti's in Addison. On the 21st, back at Taverna in Melrose Park on Division. On the 26th, day after Christmas, we'll be at Bellagio with the Main Event Band. And my 62nd birthday will be at Ronald Estes Club Arcada Speakeasy on the 28th with a lot of special guests, a lot of fun. And for New Year's Eve will be for a la carte entertainment, the Moretti's and Elgin in the big room. Ocean's Rat Pack will kick it off for the first hour. And then Tony Ocean and the Main Event Band will be playing all your favorite dance hits. And there's so much going on. So I'm really excited about that. Let's say hello to some people. Ronnie B, Karen Albert. I'm glad it happened, buddy. Thank you. There's Jerry Jam naming some of the other great bands from the British Invasion. Let's not forget the Animals, Petulia Clark, so many of them. Very good. Thank you, Jerry, for that. I appreciate it. Robert Provenzano, Dennis, Lake Geneva. California is in the house. We have Iowa. We have our good friends from Ohio. Thank you, California. Kathy Eppolito. Texas, Mara is in the house. I know she's a big British Invasion fan, and thank you, guys. There's Mel Lennon Reed, Woodstock. No, not Woodstock. You guys are from Metropolis. You're here. That's right. And we got to get your fiance on here, folks. Mel, I hope you're doing well, man. Dennis, Denise, everybody, welcome again to Ocean's Pit. The show is Monday through Friday. I also want to thank my wife yesterday because Laura is my co-host on Thursday, and we usually have guests Wednesdays and Fridays. And Laura came on and she announced about her heart problem and heart surgery that she's going to be having in the first of the year in February. And, something that she was dealing with for a while, and now it's time to get it done. We just had my sister Natalie just got something done too as well, and she's home recovering and everything's, God bless, went well with that. But Laura, it took some courage for her to come out and say that, and I thank you to my wife Laura for that. Craig Olson, the Zombies, another great band. The Searchers, another great band. There were some great bands, and we all still listen to that great music. Absolutely. Also, don't forget Twisted Tuesday with Carol Brandolino on Tuesdays, folks. And what else are we going to say? I mean, there's, it just gets to the point now, and we're trying all the time, new stuff, new acts, new stuff that's going out there, new music. Today is also St. Nicholas Day. So, Nick, wherever you are, my friend, and everybody out there very much as well. Prayers to California. Kathy Eppolito, if you're watching, prayers out to California. They had a 7.0 earthquake. Thank God. There was supposed to be a tsunami, but that warning was called off. I mean, I don't know what's going on everywhere. Florida, California, North Carolina. I mean, this stuff is crazy what's going on in this world. Blackhawk coach, the Chicago Blackhawks fire their coach, Luke Richardson. 8 wins, 26 games. It seems like the Chicago teams are just not cutting it, folks. And look, the Bears finally got rid of their head coach. First time they fired a coach in 100 years, a head coach during the season. Kathy was way up North California. Okay, well, good. I'm glad it wasn't anywhere near you. KJ, I hope you're doing well. Superman country. That's right, Jerry. How you doing? Lilia, I hope you guys are doing well. Very cool. You've seen the fight. If you haven't seen the fight on Netflix, Jake Paul going against Michael Tyson. Mike Tyson, folks, was it 6 minutes? There might be a rematch. And we knew this was going to happen, folks. I believe that Mike Tyson should have knocked this guy out. But I guess also if you follow the contract rules, when they signed the contract, they said that Mike Tyson could not use his right hand. So now this is going on, folks, what we're hearing right now. Turki Alaskin, he is the chairman of the General Entertainment Authority, is offering Mike Tyson and Jake Paul a rematch, $700 million purse potential this could make. This potential purse for this rematch, if it happens, he says it must be real. We need a knockout by Mike Tyson in 3 minutes. So, do we see it happening? I'm not sure it's going to happen, but I would love to see it happen, and I would love to see Mike Tyson do his stuff, right? That's what I'm thinking. Right, Emo, they're firing people from Chicago. And I think it's about time. We talked about it, too, with Jerry was talking about it, and then they need to do that. They need to make some changes, and I think it's the right time to do it. It really is. Guys, again, we just had Billy J. Kramer on, folks. He's going to be at the Moonlight Theater on December 22nd, a meet and greet, 3 o'clock show, performing all his great hits, Bad to Me, From a Window, Do You Want to Know a Secret? Also, Christmas Kind of Feeling, his new holiday song, as well as Are You With Me, which is a great video, great pop song. So you got to go out and check it out. It's a Sunday. It's 3 o'clock. You can get there, see it. You can still have time to do anything else you want on Sunday night, but that's the place you want to go. Bears note, George Hallis, 40 years. There you go. People will watch and believe anything. You're right, Craig. Of course, with social media, as much as we hate it, we got to love it too. And I'm just going to do actually a short show today because I just want everybody to enjoy, go out and get some stuff done. It's Friday, folks. Have a great weekend. Go out. Remember, support local establishments, support some fun. Let's get some more of these Tony Ocean sponsors to let people know about all these great. And what I like about it, folks, because it's all mom and pop establishments. And that's what makes this country. That's what we need to do. So you're going to eat healthy and you're going to do it right, fast food style. Guzman and Gomez, folks. Fast food made healthy, clean, enjoyable. Check them out. So far, they have locations in Schaumburg, Crystal Lake, Buffalo Grove, and Naperville. Download the GYG app and sign up and get a free burrito, folks. Call our son Joe at 224-636-3646. They have burritos, taco bowls, salads. They even have burritos replacing rice for French fries. Fundraisers, catering, and more. Maybe they can do your next party. Armando Supermarkets, buy local, shop local, 925 Liberty Street in Elgin. And Mike and Gigi from Crash Champions Collision Auto Repair for all your collision auto repair needs. Go to crashchampions.com. Again, we were talking about the Chicago Music Cruise happening March 22nd to March 30th, 2025. It's getting there, folks. I'm just excited. If you guys never got a chance to get on that cruise, it's going to be a lot of fun. And there you go. Thank you, Billy J. Kramer, for your participation and making today a great day for music. Absolutely. There's Dennis. How you doing? Yes. And everybody, there's Billy saying to everybody, please come out to the Moonlight Theater on Sunday, December 22nd, 3 o'clock, and see British royalty, Billy J. Kramer. It's going to be fantastic. I will be there, folks. I'm coming with Albert. And you know me, I don't get too many days off, but I will be there. I want to thank Rose and Billy for giving me those 2 tickets. And we're going to give away 2 tickets, 2 free tickets for the first person that can answer the trivia question. You're going to be joining us this Sunday on the 22nd at the Moonlight Theater. Are we ready, ladies and gentlemen? Okay. Let's see what we have here. From the interview that you heard, if you were paying attention, you're going to answer. I'm going to answer one of these questions that I did ask Billy. And I want to know if you guys actually can remember it, because you are going to be able to join us live on December 22nd with 2 free tickets. The songs, Bad to Me, Do You Want to Know a Secret, I'll Keep You Satisfied, From a Window, were written by who? If you listen to the interview, those 4 songs by Billy J. Kramer and Dakotas were written by who? First person to tell me who, you get 2 tickets to see Billy J. Kramer Sunday, December 22nd. Now, here's the songs again. Bad to Me, Do You Want to Know a Secret, I'll Keep You Satisfied, and From a Window. Who wrote them? Who wrote those big classic songs? And you'll be joining us there. So, here it is. Nick Sahajas, Lennon and McCartney is right. You'll be joining us, Nick Sahajas, on Sunday, December 22nd at the Moonlight Theater. Congratulations to my buddy, Nick. St. Nicholas Day, buddy. How do you know that? See that? You got to love it, St. Nick. So, Nicholas, you'll be joining us. You and your lovely wife, Phyllis, the First Lady of Music, will be joining us. It's going to be a great afternoon. And Albert will be with me because Laura's got to work. So it's good. Are we excited about that, folks? All right. It is birthday time. Birthdays for December 6th. We have a lot of them. Jonathan Freed, folks. Of course, he was from the TV show Dark Shadows, celebrating a birthday. Jazz musician Chuck Mangione, 84 years old. Rodney Dangerfield. Hey, I got no respect. Would have been 100 years old, Rodney. Dick Clark, American Bandstand. Don Barnes, the original singer for 38 Special, celebrating a birthday. Mike Wolf from the TV show American Pickers, celebrating a birthday today. Mel Brooks, the funny man, of course, 98 years old. Mickey Thompson, of course, from Starship, one of the great singers, rock and roll singers, 74 years old. Brian Johnson with the Beach Boys, 82 years old. Mr. T turned 72. MC Hammer, You Can't Touch This, turned 60. Kim Fields, Tootie, on the Facts of Light. I did meet her in Atlanta. Kim Fields. Gary Meyer from The Loop. Remember Steve Dahl and Gary Meyer celebrating a birthday, folks. Graham Parker, another one of my favorite vocalists, 70 years old. Gwen Stefani turns 54 years old. Oh, boy. Roger Waters from Pink Floyd turns 87 years old. Jim Jester from The Association turns 85. Max Baer Jr., Jethro Bodine from the Beverly Hillbillies, 87. And my buddy Billy Malarkey, better known as Lefty. Lefty's celebrating a birthday today. Guys, I would just want to thank you guys for tuning in today. And I want you guys to go out and support. Have a great weekend. Go out and enjoy. Tonight, Chicago Prime Steakhouse with Double T, Tony Toto. And Saturday, we will be in Champaign, Illinois, opening for Candace Owens with Ocean's Rat Pack. Bill Saratella is Frank Sinatra. Elliot Winbush is Sammy Davis Jr. And yours truly is Dean Martin. Jerry Jams will be there too. But Candace Owens, Big Mike, Mega Productions. It's going to be a great event. And so much more happening, guys. All right. And don't forget, my good friend that's coming out, Nick Sahajas. We're doing a big Christmas show at his home in the studio on the 17th. It'll be a 7 o'clock, just holiday songs. We're just going to be winging it, having fun. Two good guys with some cocktails and have some fun at his home. And we're going to have some people on, and we're going to go live on Facebook. So hopefully we can get some more money for St. Jude's. Of course, Phyllis and Nick just did an incredible concert. We did it at the Arcada for the St. Jude's benefit. I think this is the 10th year they've done it, and they've raised a lot of money for St. Jude's. So I'm happy we're going to be doing this on the 17th. It's that time of year again also, folks. Mama D's bread loaves. They're your over 20 different flavors to choose from. Banana, chocolate chip, blueberry, lemon, pumpkin, peppermint. The list goes on and on. There's gluten-free options as well. You can contact Natalie Simple, Natalie Bosch, that's B-O-S-C-H, or give her a call at 847-533-0400. Bread starts at $10 and up, and it costs a little bit more with additional fillings. And they have mini breads available too. They will not disappoint. They will not disappoint, Mama D's bread loaves. Guys, thank you, Jerry, for that. It has come to the end of the hour for me. And again, we'll be back on Monday through Friday, here at Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things. Remember, buy local, shop local, support local establishments, support live entertainment, which is very important. Be kind to one another, especially here during this holiday season. And remember, December 22nd, the Moonlight Theater, downtown St. Charles, Billy J. Kramer, live. 3 o'clock show. And if you buy VIP tickets, folks, not only do you get the meet and greet, but you also get to get in a raffle of some sort, and they're going to have a bag with Billy J. Kramer picture, CD, book. You can't beat that. I'll be there along with my buddy Albert. Nick Sahajas won tickets too, and we're going to go and enjoy some great British invasion music by the British legend, the legend himself, the great Billy J. Kramer. Guys, in the words of Ringo Starr, peace and love, peace and love. God bless you all. And of course, December 8th, since we will be Sunday, I won't be live because we don't come on till Monday, but 1980, December 8th, when we did lose the great John Lennon. To me, that was the day the music died. There will never be another John Lennon. We love him from the bottom of our hearts. Peace and love, everybody. God bless you all. Have a great weekend. Nick Sahajas, and let's not forget our good friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. Download the Ace Reward app. Easy way to keep track of your points, coupons, and special offers. That's our good friends from Ace Hardware, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Peace and love, everybody. Nick Sahajas, take us out. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye, everybody.
Oh, it's the end of the show. See you later from Tony O.
Bye-bye, everybody. God bless. Have an incredible weekend. Merry Christmas.